Welcome to CallumConnects, 5-minute entrepreneurial inspiration for your day. Joining us today on CallumConnects is Chris Harris. Chris is a work-from-home dad and co-founder of Refuse Ordinary LLC. He wound up in Success magazine because of a dare, along with his awesome wife, and he teaches integrity-based sales and productivity strategies.
What was a hurdle I faced as an entrepreneur? It's probably the biggest one I've faced or will ever face. It happened when I found myself standing in the driveway, holding our 7-week-old in my arms as my wife drove off to work. It was a day I became a full-time work-from-home dad. How did I handle it? Not very well. I firmly believe men are not genetically hardwired to be the sole provider of care for an infant. I was scared I'd do something wrong and screw up. I wasn't sure how to juggle a full client load with bottle feeding and diaper changing, let alone how to keep my sanity and patience due to lack of sleep. But I figured it out. And here's some key learnings I want to share with you if you want to listen. Well, first off, being a stay-at-home dad is not a hurdle you simply figure out how to get over or around. It's something you smash straight into and grapple with for a while. And eventually you learn how to embrace it. And it becomes part of your identity. Don't be embarrassed. There are still plenty of stigmas out there associated with stay-at-home dads. I live in a rural area, and I remember the looks I would get from folks because I was the only dad on the playground in the middle of the day. Don't worry about it. Your kid doesn't care. In fact, they're stoked you're out there. The "Dad, you're embarrassing me," punctuated by the exaggerated eye roll, that happens when they get much older. You might lose a client or two over this. I remember being on the phone with a client and my daughter had just woken up from her nap screaming because she had a 4-way blowout in her diaper. If you don't know what that is, you don't have kids. But anyway, the guy on the phone asked what the screaming was all about, and I sheepishly told him what was going on. He emailed me later on in the day and told me that he didn't think I was the right fit for him. And you know, he was right. What I learned was it's okay to let folks know up front you're working from home with a little, and you'll do your absolute best to give them your undivided attention. But things come up. Babysitters run late, DVDs skip, kids run into your office during Zoom sessions, they get sick, and you may have to cut some things short or reschedule. And ask them in the nicest possible way up front if that's going to be an issue. If it is, trust me, they're probably not going to be a good fit for you down the road. If it's not going to be a problem, you'd be surprised how awesome it is to work with those folks because they're probably parents as well. And the most important nugget is you can't get these years back. It's hard. My daughter's still in grade school, and it's so freaking hard to run a business from home. It's so hard to figure out how to get it all right, to keep your foot down on the pedal of production, be a good father, and be a good husband. Just don't get in the habit of putting your head down and working your butt off and ignoring your kid and justify it by saying, "I'm building this business for you. It's all for you." Savor your time and appreciate what you have. I was there when she said her first words. I was there when she first crawled. I was there when she took her first steps. I was there on her first day of school. I was there when she had her first nightmare. I was there when she had to go to the hospital. I was never at the office. I'm still here to wake her up in the morning. I'm still here to pack her lunch. I'm still here to ride bikes with her and walk in the woods. I'm still here to listen to how her day went. I'm still here to tuck her in at night. And I still savor every time she says, "I love you, Daddy," before she falls asleep. And I'm here to tell you now, being a work-at-home dad is not for everyone. But it was the best decision I ever made.
The biggest hurdle I faced was when the company my partner and I built from scratch came under attack and more than $250 million of value was destroyed. If you would like to learn more about that and how I came back from it, sign up at callumlane.com.